She didn't ask for luxury. She didn't ask for the world. She just wanted the rights Allah already gave her. But instead of love, she got silence. Instead of justice, she got threats. And every time she spoke, she heard the same word: divorce. Aisha was married young. Like many women, she thought marriage meant mercy, protection, and kindness, like Allah promised. Her mahar? Delayed. Her voice? Ignored. Her needs? Called complaints. One day, she gathered the courage to speak. She told her husband gently, "All I'm asking is what Allah has written for me: kindness, shelter, respect." He didn't pause. He didn't reflect. He just glared at her and said, "If you don't like it, leave." And in that moment, she realized the problem was never ignorance. It was arrogance. She knew her rights, but he counted on her fear. Today, most women know their Islamic rights: mahar, respect, safety, financial support, kindness. These are not favors, they are farz, obligations from Allah. The issue isn't awareness. The wound lies in men refusing to honor what Allah commanded. In many homes, especially in Asian cultures, the moment she asks for justice, she's called disobedient, rebellious, or ungrateful. And the threat of divorce is used like a sword to silence her. The Prophet ﷺ didn't shout at women. He didn't humiliate them. He didn't threaten them. He said, "The best of you are those who are best to their wives." And today, the best of you are becoming rare. If a woman is afraid to ask for what Allah has written for her, what does that say about the men of this ummah? And if a man uses divorce to silence her rights, what will he answer when Allah questions him? Marriage is not a cage. It is mercy, dignity, and amana. Rights were never the problem. Ego was. It starts with men returning to the Sunnah, not culture. Learn your responsibilities before demanding your rights. Be gentle, not dominant. Discuss, don't threaten. Lead with mercy, not ego. Give what Allah made wajib on you before you expect anything in return. And for women, know your worth. Speak with wisdom, not fear. Set boundaries with dignity. Seek help from trusted elders, scholars, or counselors when needed. Silence is not patience when it protects oppression. Because a marriage built on fear will collapse. But a marriage built on rahmah, mercy, amana, trust, and adl, justice, will flourish. If you want a marriage pleasing to Allah, don't follow culture. Follow Qur'an. Follow Sunnah. Honor rights before asking for love. And if you found truth in this, subscribe for more heart-touching Islamic reminders, the kind that heal, wake up, and guide.